Okay, so now we're on the last day of the end of the story. Surprise! On the courthouse steps, fans mobbed the movie star. Reporters peppered him with questions. Cameras flashed. Lulu Popper begged for an exclusive, but Strongheart rushed past them. It was obvious to all that he just wanted one thing. He wanted to go home. At the bungalow, he jumped from the back seat. Before the taxi finished braking, he raced for the door. Larry and Jane ran after him. Turning the knob with his teeth, he pushed into the house. He barked wildly for Lady. Jane put her finger to her lips. Shh, you'll wake the... A chorus of whimpers and squeals rose into the air. Too late, said Larry. Strongheart cocked his ears, cautious now. He followed the sound until he reached the darkened bedroom. There lay Lady. 3 pudgy puppies nestled in the curve of her warm belly. Strongheart looked up at Larry. Incredible, huh? Said Larry. It was a complete surprise. Not for some of us, Jane corrected him. Strongheart moved forward gently, lowering himself to the floor. Lady wagged and lightly licked him on the neck. Then she nudged one of the puppies toward him. The infant sprawled in front of Strongheart. The big dog watched with curiosity as the pup squeaked and wiggled. Then he extended his head and sniffed the baby. Their noses met, and a tiny warm tongue touched Strongheart's muzzle. The other puppies wobbled forward. They tripped and tumbled over. They nipped his ears. They yipped with milky sweet breaths. And then sudden memory of a sun-washed farmyard came to him. 3 puppies chasing, splashing, and snuggling together. Strongheart looked around with wondering eyes at Larry and Jane and Lady with their puppies. A family, and the big dog sighed. His family. Look how cute. Now, here is the truth behind the tale. So these are some of the true facts that I thought you'd enjoy to hear today. While this story is fiction, it is based on true events. Back in the 1920s, so that's 100 years ago, there really was a movie star dog named Strongheart, and he was indeed owned by director Larry Trimble, the screenwriter Jane Murphy. Hitting upon the idea of developing a dramatic dog actor, Larry and Jane traveled around the United States looking for the perfect canine. In one version of events, they found him at a kennel in White Plains, New York. But in another version, unable to discover the ideal dog in America, they searched across Europe. Not until they arrived in Berlin did they find him, a fierce, highly trained 3-year-old German Shepherd police dog named Etzel von Orgen. Larry recalled their first meeting. We had gotten about 20 feet inside the fence when there came a sudden crash of glass and a horrible growl. The dog came through the front window. It was tearing across the lawn at us, a fearsome sight. And I think some of you commented on that, liking that in the story. Larry saw past Etzel's fierceness to his star potential. Taking him back to Hollywood, the couple renamed him Strongheart and began planning his movie career. While Jane wrote the screenplay, Larry worked at teaching him how to play. It wasn't easy. The dog, recalled Larry, had never played with a child. He had never known fun of retrieving a ball or a stick. He had never been petted. In short, he had never been a dog. Using a squeaky rubber ball, Larry taught Strongheart to fetch, catch, and play tag, and soon the ball became a dog's favorite, a constant toy. Strongheart's first movie, The Silent Call, was released in 1921. It was a blockbuster. Not only did it gross $1 million, an astronomical amount in those days, but the movie critics swooned over Strongheart's acting ability. Photoplay magazine called him dramatic, emotional, one of the most intelligent dogs that ever lived. And the New York Times wrote, he is not one of your tiresome trick dogs, but an independent actor. Magazines soon clamored for the chance to photograph him. Reporters begged to write feature stories about him, and fans inundated him with cards and letters. As many as 5 bags of fan mails arrived a day at the studio. Americans were also taken with the dog. That within 1 year of the film's release, German Shepherds became the most popular dog breed in the country. A brand of dog food was even named after him. Strongheart dog food is still made today. The star became more popular still when he met his mate, Lady Jewel. Lady Julie, but by some accounts, while filming The Love Master. According to the New York Times, Strongheart picked his leading lady from 40 other dogs, and the real romance of these canines just developed. Reporters quickly took to calling the dogs Mr. and Mrs. Strongheart and joyfully reported the birth in December 1923 of 6 little sons and daughters to bless the Strongheart home. 2 months after the puppy's arrival, the couple set out a cross-country publicity tour. Traveling by train in a luxurious private compartment, they stopped in towns and cities along the route. At every station, crowds gathered and brass bands played. Time and time again, Strongheart solemnly stood as a mayor hung a key around of the city around the dog's neck. In New York City, the couple presided over the Westminster Dog Show, where they sat on high, pressing their photographs onto glossy black and white photos for their fans. Strongheart also tangled with an English terrier named Lord Algernon, who came sniffing around Lady Jewel. According to one reporter, Strongheart grabbed Lord Algernon by his well-groomed neck and shook the intruder to a frazzle, sending him back into his kennel, a sadder but wiser dog. It wasn't the only time that Strongheart exhibited this police dog aggressiveness. He was forever sniffing out people with bad intentions, claimed Larry. He often pursued passerbys, later found to have been embezzlers or frauds. On one occasion, Strongheart chased an imposter reporter out of Larry's backyard. On another, he pounced on a thieving banker. Unfortunately, this habit landed him in trouble. In August 1928, the family of a 6-year-old, Sophie Bedard, accused Strongheart of attacking the girl. He tried they claimed, to eat her. Hollywood buzzed over the allegations, but the case never went to trial. That's because lawyers quickly uncovered the truth. The Beddards were lying in hopes of extorting money from Larry and Jane. All charges against the movie star dog were dropped. The Beddards, however, were brought before the judge for lying to the court. Strongheart made a total of 6 films, all of them box office hits. But his career was cut short in early 1929 when he fell against a hot lamp while on a movie set and severely burned his leg. Veterinarians did all that they could, but Strongheart, he did not recover. He died that June, and at the age of 13. Newspapers across the country marked his passing. He was the king of king dogdom, declared the Joplin Globe in Missouri. Wise and afire with energy, may he have a happy role to play in dog heaven. Sadly, only Strongheart's last film, The Return of Boston Blackie, can still be seen today. Watching it, one can understand why moviegoers fell in love with the dog. Strongheart is big and handsome, his expression is alert, and his movements are quick and graceful. No wonder fans nicknamed him the Wonder Dog. You can see Strongheart's acting abilities for yourself online. If you do a YouTube search, you can see some. And then it just says, check out the newsreel of Strongheart and Lady Jewel taken at the hotel in New York City during their cross-country publicity tour. And then it gives an address here. If you just do a search with Strongheart, there's a bunch of little clips that come up. And then here's some pictures, some captions. And this one says, Strongheart shows off his star power in this publicity shot taken for The Silent Call in 1921. Down here, that's Jane Merflin and Strongheart in their Beverly Hills backyard. And then this is just giving credit to who took the pictures. And this is a publicity photo of Strongheart and Lady Doyle taken on the seat of the Love Master in 1924. Note the dog's photographs at the bottom. You kind of see it down over there. And then it says, alert, an alert Strongheart shares a boulder with his best friend and director, Larry Trimble. And that was about 1924. And that's it. So I sure hope you enjoyed the story of Strongheart. I know I enjoyed sharing it with you. And I want you to think of how you could use some events maybe that are happening right now in your lives to create a story and an adventure, using some facts and then embellishing on them with some nice figurative language and vivid verbs and adjectives. I can't wait to see what you come up with. I know you're having a lot of adventures at home and I miss you terribly. But thanks for reading Strongheart with me.